All right. Okay. All right. Start with when the season began. What kind of goals did you guys have? What did you think when the season started?
I think to start, we all just wanted to learn each other's names and how to say it, and like speak our language. From the start, really.
Awesome. So, how many new guys did we have on the team this year?
Put your hand up if you're first time on the team this year.
Okay.
First time on the team. Put your hand up. First year.
That's pretty amazing. How'd you guys handle that as far as getting to know each other and getting to play together?
Well, for me personally, I think most of the guys that came from another part are like from Mexico, so like it's just like we have the same culture, so we just were together since the beginning, and it was easier for us to just be in the team.
All right. Great. And then you're also blending some cultures and some different people. So was that difficult, or how did you do that? McBride, you're nodding.
It wasn't too difficult. It was a little bit just trying to figure out how to communicate when we're practicing. But after a while, we got used to it and we were able to communicate. So it was great.
Any comments from the coaches on that, on watching them kind of?
I mean, it was fun at first, and like Hernandez mentioned, learning each other's names. It was because I can see when they're in the field, like, what's this guy's name? What's the guy's name? They're just trying to understand, not just that, but like how they play. I mean, they're from different countries. We got Vietnam, Mexico, the States, running kids from different places. Believe it or not, soccer is played different in each country. Like, which I don't know if Julian can attest. In the UK, soccer is a little more aggressive. In Mexico, it's between aggressive and nice play. In the US, is more like precision-wise. So it was fun to see how these guys were acclimating to the way we play here in the States and how competitive actually is, and the level they get to play is completely different to what I used to.
Yeah, I think at the start of the year, I think when myself and Coach Padilla were having conversations, I think we knew we had a special group this year. But our aim was to push them as far as we could and not really tell them how good they were until they kind of realized themselves, because it's an internal drive from them, and they knew when they weren't at the standard that we wanted them to be, and they worked together as a group, which ultimately is why they had success, to figure out issues that we were having or problems that we needed to overcome, and that's the strength of a team. And as soon as you can overcome those issues, and the guys did it perfectly, they stood side by side the whole entire way. It didn't matter which 11 we had on the field at any time, they were going to play their hearts out. And that was the biggest reason that we had success, is because everybody had the same goal. Everybody wanted to play hard. Everybody wanted to play for a special jersey that we all wear. And that was the common goal. And if we all work towards a common goal, eventually you're going to have success. And this year was the year we really stepped it up. So good job, guys.
Coach.
So was there a moment when you guys kind of knew what he had already known, that this was going to be a special year?
I mean, when we played against Motley?
I mean, at first we were like separated, then we were bonded together by soccer because it's one thing we have in common, one thing we like, one thing we work for. So working that on matches and the Jamboree, we saw that we have talent, that we can work together and go to state.
Any other moments for you guys that kind of were like, hey, you kind of saw it? Anybody else?
Moments.
Yeah.
Well, I think I agree with my teammate Martinez. The Morley game, I think, was pretty special. This guy, Wenger. And yeah, since there, I think we became the family we were aiming to become. Yeah.
Okay, now it wasn't perfect all the way through. What were kind of the biggest challenging moments that stand out that you guys had to overcome?
Communication, like getting to know how everybody plays and getting together in like a team that can work together was one of our biggest problems, I'd say. I also think the first game we lost was like pretty difficult because we have like 8 or 7 games in a row winning, so that was like the lowest point for me in the team, because we lost like a lot of games in a row. And yeah, I think that's the difficult part, but we all knew how to be a family and stick together.
So with having to come back from things like that, and even just moving forward, are there any key messages or talks from the coaches that kind of stand out in your mind that kind of helped you guys?
Perfect.
I guess dominate would be one. Fight for it, don't give up would be like the main ones we all the time heard. Because are the ones that pushed us to the win. Making us like fight for the win because we're coming from here. We're gonna show them what we're here for because like them teams have been playing for 4 or 5 years together and it's like our first year, all of us together, so we have something to show, something to prove.
Anybody else?
Show what little MMA could do.
Okay, those were from the coaches. What about internally among you team members? What stands out to you about either your fellow teammates kind of cheering each other on or pulling together? What was helpful?
I think we're teenage boys, so we can get tough on each other a little bit. But I think like at halftime talks and everything, the main point was to like lift each other up, and we want to win the game as a team. We obviously can't do it by one person. That's why we have 11 guys on the field. I think we like when we pushed each other up and just worked towards the goal together. It just worked for us.
Great. So, what were some of the best moments for you guys on the field? What are some of your best memories?
For me, is when I say the PK. But unfortunately, something happened. And there's another play, I was back in my goal. I saw Pablo score an absolute banger bicycle kick. That was really good. And my team captain here, All-State defender, he scored a crazy goal from about half field. It was crazy. I was excited for him. I was back in my goal dancing. It was fantastic.
Lucky crosses. Yeah, for me it was like two. Like the first one is when I first arrived here in the school, I was like kind of pressured because I always used to play soccer in my town, and like I didn't know these guys, so I was nervous and I was not playing well. So my first brace that I scored against New Mexico, it was like a relieving moment for me. I feel better. And the second one is when we were like 3-2 on district final, and like all the team was like pressured because the other team may do a comeback, and like I scored an absolutely banger from the sideline to the top corner man to go 4-2 and like to secure the win. And after a lot of they scored 2 more goals. Those goals were like just the compliments.
My assist.
Thank you, Cadet Perez.
Okay. Okay. Who else?
I mean, I would like to share a moment of the season, and I think I'm allowed to say that as coach. It was actually Puebla's first bicycle kick. It was first game of the whole season. I was about to get out and celebrate. Coach was like, no. He can't know he's good yet. Just JB, just keep telling him that. He can't know he's that good. So I thought it was pretty funny. He was right. Like Puebla came and said, what do you thought about that? Coach just went, it's okay. They kind of kept pushing him forward though, so.
I guess one of the best moments for me was at the state quarterfinal after Puebla was tackled and kicked in the face. Was the goal I scored and went to celebrate, telling them to the parents to be quiet. Was one of my best moments, I'd say, from the season. That yellow card was worth it, but I mean they stayed quiet. It was good.
I think the best moment from a coach's point of view as well is that I know some of the guys probably didn't get the minutes that they would have wanted to get on the field, but they all were invested in everybody else. They really supported each other, from the bench. Anytime that they went in, I knew that the guys were going to do a good job, and everybody was there. Even managers and you guys and all the staff and faculty who was there as well. You all supported each other. That's what a team's about, and that's why we did so well and achieved what we achieved, because you kept getting after each other, and okay, you might not have been on the field, but you wanted each other to do well, and that's a big thing that leads to success. So from our point of view, we could see that, and that's why we wanted to keep encouraging that, because good things happen when you help people, when you help each other. That's when the special things happen, and that's why we did what we did.
Awesome. Okay. So we kind of focused on moments on the field. Are there any moments off the field that were particularly memorable for you guys, or that you think you'll remember?
Chocolate.
The locker room.
It was in last year too, but specifically this year. On game days, you want to be at your best, physically, mentally, everything like that. So, a rule me and both of the coaches, enforced, and the captains, so you can't have chocolate milk on game days. So
Or desserts.
or desserts. That was always just something to look forward to at lunch. Getting Perez, Puebla, Martinez, everybody. Just everybody, just to be on the same boat together. It was fun.
Who wants to talk about the wall of shame?
Oh.
Somebody that's on it.
Martinez.
Yeah,
You're the wall of shame. Shane's on it too. Who's on it? Who's on it? Put your hand up if you're on the wall of shame.
Martinez.
Hand up if you're on the wall of shame.
Hidalgo, raise your hand.
You should, yes. That's my only hand.
Mom.
So what's the wall of shame?
It's like coach, when coach got us, he take a picture of us drinking the milk or with the milk, and then he printed and pasted on the locker room. So yeah.
There's a blue smile and with the chocolate milk glass.
Yeah, it's fun.
Accountability. So
Yeah.
good.
Also, one of the best moments would be the bus rides, like having all the music after a game, bang, like all that's possible, like everybody singing would be one of the best moments.
I never see so many teenage boys like Gary Perry so much like this.
After winning.
And also, I don't know if this is on the field, but it was on the district final after the game. This is like a normal routine in all teams, but this was so fun for me. I took the water, the Gatorade water, and just threw at the coach, and it was pretty fun.
So we started off the discussion, and you guys kind of talked about not knowing each other and having to learn names. So that's definitely something you have to overcome that most teams don't. You guys are in a different situation because you were in a military boarding school. How does that give you? Does that give you an advantage, do you think, over other teams and players?
It does. I mean, when we were playing some teams, like after halftime, they were tired. Somehow, like we were like having more strength than before the game. Like we were more ready, more prepared. I guess that's one of the advantages of like getting moving all day, don't stop, and all the activities we do, like they have a purpose and a benefit. I'd say.
Like combining every game day, like with the team, like during lunch, during breakfast, like all the time talking to them about the game, about a situation that happened in the game, like helped me realize the great team that we have, and like it also creates an advantage like against the other teams to like be all together on the same barracks, like on the same school. Like it is a better situation than most of the teams have.
Yeah, I also think it was an advantage because some of us are roommates and we know how to push each other through if they're having a hard time, they made a mistake. We know how to tell them like this next play, it's okay. And we know how to work through problems together instead of just yelling at each other and making a big scene.
Yeah, like my bride said, we live with each other, so we know how we think, so like if I be with Perla, I know how he thinks. It's gonna help me decision make on the field. If I was Perla, what do I do right now? I know this guy, I live with him, so thinking process helps me make a choice. Next play, do this. He's gonna be there. He's not able. Can we do it? Because he helps me. If we leave each other, we know each other better than other teams.
That's good.
Yeah, and we know and we will be able to encourage him way better. We know how to get him motivated to do better because whenever we're closer together than the other teams are.
Might have been harder in the beginning for us to all like learn each other's names and everything, but us living together definitely helps because we see each other all day, all night, and just support each other all the way. Not many people could say that they could see their room from the soccer field.
Like as they said, for example, I live near some guys, so maybe I know that those guys don't pass the ball, so I move. Like when I move, they pass me the ball, so I have the opportunity to create better situations. At least everyone has like their own personalities, like passing the ball, like retain more the ball. So you know like what are they gonna do next move.
So the season's over. Where do you go from here? Where does Colonel Soccer go from here?
We go to history. Best team in MMA.
Sounds like a good plan. Coaches, any advice for your players?
We didn't really know how special we were until you look back and reflect. So we have the same opportunity to go and do it next year. Those that are coming back and those that will be here and returning next year, why not do it again? We've got every chance. We know what it feels like now. We've had all that experience. So you guys have got the talent, you've got the ability, you've got all the support from the school that you need. We can go and do something again. So we tasted it. We probably didn't jump the final hurdle that we wanted to, but next year maybe there's a chance. So why not go for it?
Did we miss any comments from anybody that wanted to have something else to say?
Hidalgo? Nothing? Mom? Nothing to say? You're always talking. Here's on the sideline dancing. You didn't like the referees at the end though, huh?
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys. Just if you give yourselves a thank you for those of you that are going to be graduating. Congratulations. For everybody else, we'll be here again next year doing this again. All right?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
should always come back for post-grad.
There you go.
Oh, we know that.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.